Hey guys, how's it going? It is Foxy here for another flea market pickup video. Now, I've decided on what to do as far as like Goodwill items that I've picked up. I'm just going to include it in this series. I'll start off with the flea market stuff and then I'll end off with Goodwill stuff. So that I'm not making basically two different series of essentially the same thing. It's just from like a different place. It would kind of be a little what's the word? Not redundant, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna get on with it again. Like I said, with the flea market stuff, I separated things by game system, so we'll start with that. First, we have Vigilante 8 for the PS1. Now, I already have this game on the N64. However, I prefer the PlayStation over N64, personal preference. And I'm kind of curious if there's a major difference in the graphics between the two systems, so I might actually do a graphical evolution of this game. Sadly, I don't have Vigilante 8 Second Offense for the N64, so it would kind of be a little bit odd to do a video like that, but we'll figure it out as we go on. Next, we have Tomb Raider 2. You know, I'm not quite sure why I bought this game, because I actually don't like Tomb Raider, at least the older ones. Like the one on the PS3 and Xbox 360 is pretty good, a little too much like Uncharted in my opinion. However, you know, still a good game. Maybe I'll play this, most likely not. I'm not even really sure why I bought it. Yeah, I'm a collector, but I only really collect PS2 and PS3 games. Whatever. I guess PS1, it depends on the game, which brings me to Final Fantasy IX. So happy I found this, because most people's favorite Final Fantasy is 7 or 8 or maybe even 10. Mine is 9. Why? I couldn't tell you. I think it's a fantastic game. Highly underrated compared to the other Final Fantasy games. And also my other favorite is 10-2. I think both of those games are by far the best in the entire franchise. And I have played about 8 Final Fantasy games, including Tactics. Which, now that I think about it, Tactics would probably be my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, if we're not counting like numbers as far as Final Fantasy games. Great game, highly recommend it if you haven't played this Final Fantasy. To be honest with you, I don't like 7. I really don't like Final Fantasy 7. I played it for 4 or 5 hours and I didn't get into it, and just completely, I haven't touched it since. No, people are probably going to get real pissy with that, but you know what? That's just personal preference. Next is PS2 games. Luckily, I only have one, and that is, well, flea market stuff goes. 50 Cent Bulletproof. I've played 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, and it's the most ridiculous game I probably ever played, just because it's like, it's so highly unrealistic. The storyline is so stupid, and yeah, I guess what can you expect from a 50 Cent game? But still, it's just like, you gotta play it to really see how ridiculous it is. Alright, next we have Xbox games. Midtown Madness 3. I'm not sure if I played one of these games before, but the back makes it look really, really familiar to me. Maybe I have. Rocky for the Xbox. Never played it, but I've heard great reviews. And I like boxing games. Simpsons Hit and Run for the Xbox. Don't think I've played this. I'm confusing myself with all the Simpson games. I have a couple. Next is Enter the Matrix for the Xbox. I keep saying that. I don't know why. I told you I was getting Xbox games. Whatever. Enter the Matrix. I'm not sure if this is the one I've played, or whatever the other Matrix game is. I think Path of Neo. I liked whatever one it was. I'm pretty sure it was this one. And I think most people didn't like it. I'm not quite sure why, so maybe I should have to play it again to find out, since when I played that I was very little. Phantasy Star Online, or Phantasy Star Episode 1 and 2. I don't... See, this is something... I'm not sure if it still works today because it's online. I don't know if that means it's strictly online only, or if you can play solo. Oh no, it says quest alone or enlist and aid of fellow heroes online. But it says on the front, Xbox Live required to play. Maybe I just spent money on something that doesn't work. Like, oh, speaking of... Oh, fuck, I should have took a picture. When I went to Walmart a couple weeks ago, they have a brand new copy of Mag listed for $40. Now, for those of you that may not know, Mag does not work anymore. Not as in like it's a broken game. They shut off the servers for the fucking game like January or February of either last year or this year. So essentially what they're selling is something that absolutely doesn't work. You stick it in your system and it's just not going to work. So that leads me to question, okay, can they bring it back to the store and say, hey, you're screwing me over or something because the game servers are shut down, so technically the game is worthless? Don't know return policies with that sort of thing, at least at Walmart. That would be very, very interesting to find out. I mean, if someone gets pissy enough and decides to sue them for, like, I don't know, what would the term be used for something like that? Anyway, next we have Counter-Strike for the Xbox. One of the games I've always wanted to play but never got a chance to it, and this is brand new and sealed in the package. The best of classics Counter-Strike. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but very, very happy I found it. I've always wanted to play that game. Next, we're going to move on to N64 games. I got two of them, both of which are from my childhood, and one of them is a lot of memories. First up is Lego Racers. I've played this. I think I've owned it at one point, but I remember renting it a lot. Great game. I think they made a sequel to it that didn't really get much good reviews, if I'm hopefully correct on that. Maybe I'm wrong. Next, I'm very, very happy I came across. I did kind of spend more than I wanted to. However, it's still less than on eBay. Is Snowboard Kids 2. Oh, god damn it. I could go on about this game forever. It's a fucking great game. It's a lot of good memories. I used to play this game with a lot of friends from like elementary school. So much fun was had with it. Next is a Wii game, the King of Fighters Collection, the Orochi Saga. I've played a couple King of Fighters games before. They've always been games that I loved, but I suck at. I don't know if anyone else has that sort of thing where they suck at a game, but they absolutely love it. They can't stop playing it. King of Fighters is one of those games for me, and this includes King of Fighters 98, 96, 95, 97, 94. So 94 through 98. Yep. That's it. So that's pretty cool. That's interesting. Luckily, I found that game for goddamn cheap. It was very surprising. Okay, so two more games. We got... Oh, shit. I didn't realize I had this. Final Fantasy X for the PS2. Funnily enough. I liked it. You know, it's a great game. I hate the Titus character. Not just because of his awful clothing, but he's just like... He almost comes across as kind of like a whiny bitch. And that type of main character drives me nuts. Especially when he's like one of the main focuses of the main characters. Like just like Yuna and Titus or Titus. main characters, you know, whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, moving on to a PS3 game. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Never played this. In fact, I don't really think I've played any Need for Speed games. I own like 10, which is kind of funny, but it's always one of those series I've wanted to try out for a very long time and just never got to it. Okay. Next we have Star Ocean Manual Till the End of Time official strategy guide. I got this as a gift for my fiance who loves Star Ocean. I've never really liked the games personally, but she's a massive fan of the games. So I figured I'd pick that up for her, and hopefully she will be very happy. And hopefully she doesn't have that. Something tells me she does. And second to last thing, sort of, I got at the flea market is this box set of DJ Hero with the controller and the game and all of that good stuff. Another one of those things I've always wanted to play, never got the chance to it. Now that I got the whole controller set with it, that's pretty awesome. That's exactly what I was looking for in the box and everything. Very happy about it. Okay, last thing I got from the flea market is 9 volumes of Hayate the Combat Butler manga, all in excellent condition, and I got it as a pretty damn good bundle. I got them all for $10, so basically almost $1 each for a book. That's pretty cool. I think I'm only missing 3 now. I think they only went up to volume 12. Correct me if I'm wrong if you know. So that's awesome. Next is all of the stuff I got from the Goodwill. It's not that much stuff, to be honest with you, but we're going to go just like how I did with the flea market pickups in order by game system. So first, we're going to share with you, or I'm going to share with you, Spec Ops Covert Assault. As I've said with many other games, it's always been one of those franchises that I've been meaning to play and never got the chance to. Reminds me a lot of SOCOM. Next, Driver 2. I almost bought Driver 1 today at the flea market, but for some reason I thought I already owned it. Turns out I didn't, so I kind of missed out. No big deal. Never played it though. Never played Driver 2. Crash Bandicoot Warped. Never played it. I've played 1, 2, Crash Team Racing, and another one. But that other one that I don't know the name of it was so awful. It was like offensively awful. Battle Stations? Don't know anything about it. I have actually never even heard of it. I hope it's kind of like Warship Gunner or Naval Ops Warship Gunner, because that's my, like, if I had a top 20 games to pick from, that would be probably near the top 5. I don't even know why. I just absolutely love Naval Ops. Great game. Next, we'll have the PS2 stuff, and that starting out will be Burnout 3 Takedown. Burnout Revenge is my favorite game, but this one is not too far off. It's fantastic. I don't like Burnout Paradise. I know I might get some heat for that, but that's okay. Personal preference. I just did not like that game. Yeah, open world aspect is cool, but I like the more arcadey style of the older games. Sonic the Mega Collection Plus. Yes, I have this already. Not the Plus, but I have the Mega Collection on the GameCube. And then I saw this, and then it said Plus, and I was like, well, that's interesting. It comes with 7 classic Sonic Genesis games, plus 6 additional Sonic Game Gear titles. So I guess this just includes Sonic Game Gear games, which I don't even know. I think I've played one. I'm not sure which one I've played on the Game Gear at some point, and I don't remember if it was good or not. But that'll be something I get the chance to play at some point. Okay. Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Burning Earth. Love the cartoon. I don't care for... It's alright, but I don't care for the Korra sequel to Avatar. It's just nothing like the original. The original was amazing. I've never played the game. I think there's like 2 or 3 Avatar games out there. Next, we have NBA Street Volume 3. I'm only missing one NBA Street, and that is Home Court. And I think that's only on the Xbox. Maybe it's on the PS3. Hopefully I find that, because as soon as I do, there will be a graphical evolution, because I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. These games are fabulous games. I don't even like sports games. I love NBA Street. Oh my god, I love it. And speaking of, we're going to go to Xbox games. NBA Street Volume 2. Yes, I have this on the PS2. I was mostly curious to see if there is any sort of graphical difference between the PS2 and the Xbox title, because people always used to say that the original Xbox had better graphics than the PS2, and I kind of want to find out, because I don't know for myself. If it does, then whatever, but meh. Next, Conflict Desert Storm. I'm going to say this like 100 times. Always one of those games I've always wanted to play, never got a chance to it, now I got it. Moving on to the last thing. Reckless, the Yakuza missions. I've always been interested in this game, and I never knew why. It always looked interesting to me, which is why I picked it up. And I thought that $2 was a really, really cheap price for this. Funnily enough, I went to Disc Replay, and they wanted $2 as well. So I paid pretty much the same exact... Well, it is the same exact as like a retail store or a resale store, whatever. So, yeah, that's it. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. Now it's time for the slideshow.